Good morning, students. Welcome to English Literature class. And in this session, we will read chapter number 8, and the name of the chapter is My Dog Fluffy. She was beautiful, and anyone who saw her admired her. She came into the family when she was a month-old puppy and won the hearts of all. However, she was particularly fond of me. I used to feed her, care for her, and bathe and groom her lovely long hair. She was the prettiest Lhasa Apso we had ever possessed. Here, the writer is describing her beautiful pet female dog, and her name is Fluffy. When Fluffy was brought into their family, she was just a month old puppy, and she had won the hearts of all the family members. But Fluffy was particularly fond of me, means she was particularly fond of the writer because she used to feed her, take care of her, she used to bathe her, groom her lovely long hair, and she was the pretty Lhasa Apso, which is the breed of a dog this family had ever possessed. Fluffy was like my little shadow. Whenever, wherever I went, she went and made sure that everyone kept their distance from me, and even the milkman and the newspaper man kept their distances and were allowed to get only a few feet close. Fluffy was like her little shadow. She always used to follow the writer wherever she used to go. Fluffy never let any other person to come near she or her landlady, that owner. So nobody else was allowed to come near to them. One day, as usual, the family gathered together in the sitting room to spend some valuable time together just before we had dinner and retired to bed. So after having a dinner, just going before going to bed, family were used to sit together to spend some valuable time. Since the mosquito has been troubling for the last few nights, the writer decided to use some Baygon spray and filled the bedroom before going to sleep. So she went off, leaving the elders chatting and the children happily playing indoor games. She went into her room for the spray of Baygon to kill the mosquitoes. When I went into the room, I closed the door and started flitting. Then I noticed that the clothes cupboard was left open, so I just shut and latched it. Then I carried on flitting, and later I joined the family at the dinner table. Then the writer went into her bedroom. She closed the door of the bedroom and started spraying the Baygon spray. Then she noticed that the clothes cupboard of her room was left open. She just closed that door of the cupboard and locked it. Then started carrying on spraying the Baygon in her room, and after finishing her task, she just went back to join her family again at the dinner table. And when the dinner was over and we were about to go to bed, I noticed that Fluffy, my dog, was missing. She always slept at the foot of my bed. And after having the dinner, she noticed that her lovely little pet dog was missing somewhere. We called out to her, but there was no response. They started calling her dog Fluffy. Everywhere they started searching for Fluffy, but there was no response, and now the family was worried. They searched for her everywhere. Then my husband and son took the scooter, searched all over the colony, but nowhere could she be found. And writer said her husband and her son took the scooter and just went out of the house, searched her in the colony, but she was found nowhere. We imagine the worst must have happened. They were very scared. Bad things came into their mind. Bad thoughts came into the mind. Something bad might have been happened. Someone had stolen her, said my daughter. Then her daughter said, maybe someone stolen her. Maybe she has strayed away. She went away. She left the house. Maybe she strayed away somewhere in the streets and I can't find her way back home. And maybe she is lost somewhere and not able to not able to find out the way to back home. And she started crying. Everyone finally gave up the search and retired to bed. They were so tired of searching her, but they couldn't find Fluffy anywhere. Then after when they are retired, they got tired of searching her. They came in house back and went to the bed, but they were very very scared. Waited a little longer. My heart washed away and eyes swollen because of crying. She was crying a lot, missing her dog Fluffy, and suddenly my husband said, have you seen in the cupboards? And the whole family laughed. However, I decided that there was no harm if I just looked. So I opened the cupboard door and suddenly the writer's husband reminded her that had she opened the cupboard, had she searched the Fluffy in the cupboard? Everybody in the family started laughing and they just went into the room, opened the cupboard, and what they saw? Out walked Miss Fluffy like a queen with her majestic hair flowing down, looking as if nothing had happened. From inside the cover, there came she. Who is she? She was Fluffy. Just came out of the cupboard just like a queen, majestic queen. And we were overjoyed to have her back, and all family members, those who were worried and just crying before, just they were very very happy. They were overjoyed. They were having tears in their eyes with the happiness. They hugged and kissed her. She most probably did not like the smell of the flit and so had hidden in the cupboard and got locked in, but she was, because she did not like the smell of the flit that was sprayed in that room, Baygon spray, so she used to hid herself inside the cover. That's why she had hid herself, and she was, by mistake, she was locked into the room. And everybody was very very happy to have their Fluffy, they're the prettiest lovely dog, back. So that's all in this chapter. Thank you.